ATP Croatia, UMAG. I will read a little bit the outright markets here. Bjorna Čorić at 4, Laszlo Djere at 7, Attila Balázs at 7.5, Leonardo Mayer at 8. And I really don't understand why someone like alias Bendene at 11 shouldn't worth a play here, or Dusan Lajovic at 11 again. I think it's a nice way to play the outright markets, but I'm not playing in general these small tournaments. I will let the pros handle it. So I will ask Joao if he has any outright bets or if he has any plays from the quarterfinals. Obviously, we know two quarterfinals: Travaglia versus Balázs, Djere versus Leonardo Mayer, but I'm sure that we will see also Bjorna Čorić versus Bagnis, because I think that Bjorna Čorić will win today, and alias Bedene versus Dusan Lajovic. But we know two quarterfinals. Please, Joao, take it over.
As you mentioned, Bjorna Čorić is now the favorite to win the tournament. He wasn't before it started. It was Fabio Fognini, but the Italian retired after during his opening match against Stefano Travaglia. Čorić is struggling now in the start of his first match on this tournament. He's going to have a very tough task against Salvatore Caruso on this first match. But if he managed to pull it through, he managed to get to the next round, he has a very good opportunity to win his first title on this event. He currently, on all the players on the field, not only he's the better ranked, but the one that has better results overall in the ATP Tour. And although you have tough players there like Dusan Lajovic, as I mentioned, and alias Bedene, if Čorić shows up at a good level and manages to survive this first match, he should be the favorite to win. But as I said, this first match will be very tricky against Caruso. Just to mention one small thing about Dusan Lajovic, he's a player I try to avoid as maximum as possible. Technically, he's incredibly talented. From the baseline, he can do anything, and especially on clay, is the kind of player that I really like to see playing. But mentally, I just don't like betting on him. It's just those kind of players that when it comes to the pressure moments, usually he tends to choke and was never able to live up to his potential. So that's one of the reasons I always try to stay away from betting on Dusan Lajovic. Although he has the tennis to beat most of the players on clay, since he's incredibly talented, and he showed it today beating Andrei Rublev in straight sets.
Do you have any plays for the quarterfinals? Yes, I always hate to bet on players with mental problems, let's say, with like Ostapenko, like you said, Dusan Lajovic. Yeah, it's very tricky to read them, and you don't know what day they will catch. But I will say to you one thing. Simona Halep isn't that kind of player anymore. Yeah, I just a little parenthesis there. Okay, quarterfinals: Travaglia versus Balázs, Djere versus Mayer. Do you have any favorite play, or it's a pass for you totally?
Not really on this tournament so far. On that match, Travaglia against Balázs will be interesting. Travaglia is the one that has the firepower and the weapons to do more from the baseline. But Balázs is, for those who don't know him or haven't seen him play yet, he's a very interesting player to see. A heavy topspin on his forehand, very good mover, and he's very smart in what he does on the court. So it should be an interesting match to watch. But in terms of betting wise on these quarterfinals, I don't think we have any valuable opportunities.
Okay, maybe you, but maybe it's nice, has some great plays for us for the quarterfinals, and maybe also a future bet on an underdog, let's say. What are you saying, Nice?
I think this tournament comes down to whether Bjorna Čorić is fit enough to get through, firstly, his first round match here with Salvatore Caruso. He's coming back from a back injury, which saw him retire during the grass season in Halle, and if he can come through this match, he wins this tournament. I think he's the best player in the field. He's playing in his home tournament here in Croatia, and if he comes through here, he wins. So I'm gonna have to wait and see how Čorić goes I'll likely get on him if he looks good here, if he manages to get through this first round match. If not, I'm going to pass because I think it's going to be very wide open. As for the quarterfinals, I do see some value in Travaglia. Attila Balázs, like Joao said, is a very crafty player. He's been slicing the ball a lot. He's been playing a lot of drop shots, but I think he was incredibly lucky to get through Filip Krajunovic, who choked serving for the match and really should have had no business losing that match. He's also hasn't looked fully fit. He took an MTO in round 1 in a tiebreak as well, in the deciding tiebreak, and he looked hampered at times in 2 long 3-setters. And as the tournament goes on, I think he'll be vulnerable. He's been shown having ice packs on his thigh, so I'm not sure he's 100% there. Travaglia has the firepower from the baseline to move him around the court and make him run, and I think that the run of Balázs ends here. So I'm gone ahead and played Travaglia to win at 1.80. As for the other quarterfinal, we have odds for here right now. It's Laszlo Djere versus Leonardo Mayer. I think this is a very close matchup, and both had a battle in their previous round. Although I do like the game of Djere a bit better here, and I think he's the better player of the two right now, and we're basically getting a pick'em line here. So I jumped on Djere at 1.90.
Okay, that's beautiful. ATP Croatia coming to an end.